It's the Mustangs and the Bearcats today on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us here in the middle of our quarterfinals. And we have two teams back here to play again. Over here are the Homestead High School Mustangs. And they are taking on the San Mateo High School Bearcats. So teams, let's start right away with our first three-for-all. I'll ask you a toss-up question worth 5 points. Give me the correct answer. Your team could score 10 or even 25 points. Good luck. Here's your first toss-up. Much of this novel takes place aboard the Pequod. Yes, Jamie?
Moby Dick.
Which captain of the Pequod, obsessed with killing Moby Dick, dies after getting caught in his own harpoon?
Ahab.
Which first mate on the Pequod is the only officer skeptical of Ahab's mission?
Oh. Okay. No.
I'll have a latte, please, Mr. Starbuck. This nation's southern region broke away and became independent after a... Yes, Kenneth?
Sudan?
Yes. The Sudanese government signed a 2010 ceasefire agreement with guerrillas to try and halt a genocide in which western Sudanese region?
Darfur.
The International Criminal Court has issued a warrant for which Sudanese president accusing the National Congress Party leader of genocide?
We don't know this.
It's Omar al-Bashir. Under the terms of the Compromise of 1850, it was admitted as a free state. What state saw a population... Kenneth?
California.
Right. The Compromise of 1850 also included what controversial act whereby citizens were required to assist in the pursuit and capture of runaways?
Fugitive slave law?
The Compromise of 1850 rejected Mormon pioneers' proposals for what new state, named for the Book of Mormon, word for honeybee?
Honeybee.
Yeah.
Utah?
Deseret.
Oh.
In wave mechanics, what quantity, often denoted A, is the maximum displacement? Yes, Jamie?
Amplitude.
In contrast to longitudinal waves, in what type of wave does the medium oscillate perpendicular to the direction of motion?
Transverse.
Right. What is the name for a point along a standing wave that always has zero displacement?
Node.
That is right for 25 points. Video games have many interesting doorways. In what series does... Eric?
Portal.
Yes. How did you know? In what fourth episode of the Elder Scrolls series must the player close gates that appear near Tamriel cities through which Daedric armies are attacking?
Oblivion.
Really? Okay. 7 crystal stars are said to be able to unlock this title portal of what second Paper Mario game?
Super Mario Brothers.
It's Thousand Year Door. This mountain is one of the so-called Seven Sisters. Kibo, Mawenzi, and Shira are the 3 volcanic cones of what highest African peak? Kenneth?
Kilimanjaro.
Rising to 16,050 feet, Mount Vinson is the highest peak of the Sentinel Range on what sparsely populated continent?
Australia.
No, it would be Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Yes. How close you were. Rising to 22,841 feet above sea level in the Argentine province of Mendoza, what is the highest mountain in the Americas?
It's Mount... No, it's not Olympus, is it? No. No.
It's in Italy.
Having fun?
Yes. No, I know.
It's Mount Aconcagua.
Oh,
Of course.
Which son of Daedalus drowned after the sun melted the wax on his wings? Jamie?
Icarus.
Which fanatical police inspector from Les Miserables drowns himself amid cognitive dissonance arising from observing a criminal's kindness?
I haven't seen it yet.
I like the music.
No answer.
Inspector Javert. Soon after hitting his 600th career home run, Jim Tomei was traded back to his original team. Kenneth?
Twins.
No. Name that team which plays at Progressive Field. You can talk it over.
No idea.
No answer. Sandra? Cleveland Indians. The Bayer process is used to refine bauxite ore to one element's oxide. Name that lightweight element, the most abundant metal in Earth's crust, which has atomic... Eric.
Aluminum.
Right. In the first part of the Bayer process, bauxite is treated with what strong base whose chemical formula is NaOH?
Sodium hydroxide.
You could say it out loud if you know.
Sodium hydroxide.
Right. The Hall-Héroult process uses what chemical technique in which direct current splits a compound into pieces?
Electrolysis.
Yes, electrolysis is right for 25 points. Its first edition in 1855 contained 12 poems. The 1892 or deathbed edition had 389. Name this ever-growing collection of poems that got Walt Whitman fired from a government clerking job for allegedly being an immoral book.
Leaves
Yes,
of
Ken?
grass.
Leaves of grass.
That is right. Whitman's poem, When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed, is an elegy to which U.S. president?
Abraham Lincoln. No, it was Abraham Lincoln.
Grant. I don't
No, it was Lincoln. And you have 75 to 35. We'll be right back to meet the team.
And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
Welcome back. Let's say hello to the Bearcats and Munish Xavier. You are part of your school's green team,
Yes, I
which does, I assume, some form of recycling.
Yes, we collect recycling from all our classrooms, and then on Wednesdays during our tutorial period, we sort them out, like good and bad paper. And yeah,
That's good. And you're
Yes.
learning a lot about how to keep the planet green.
Yes.
Excellent. Eric Liu, you placed in a national physics competition. You are one of the top 300 students in the nation, right?
Yeah.
You're too proud about it, though, Eric. You've got to calm down. So, what's the next step?
Well, the next step is the semifinals, and that's the top 50.
Yeah, well, so what? I hope you get it. It doesn't matter.
I hope so too.
Sandra Kung, over the holidays, you made your, I don't know, it's not by, every other year you go on a family trip to Taiwan, where you have family. And I asked you, if a person was going to Taiwan for the very first time, what is one site they must see?
I think they should definitely go to Taipei 101 because it's one of the tallest buildings in the world. And on New Year's, like fireworks shoot out of it. It's really cool to watch.
And you got to see that because
Yeah.
you were there. Good for you. Let's give you guys a chance to catch up with Homestead by earning some points in our next round. I have 3 categories. Each has 7 questions worth 10 points. If you give me all the correct answers in your category, I will give you a 30-point bonus. Today's categories are Be Afraid, Little People, big category, and Persecution.
What? Be afraid.
Be afraid.
Be afraid?
Yes.
All right. These are phobias. I'm going to give you a phobia name, and you tell me what it is a fear of, okay? Agoraphobia. You could talk it over, you guys.
Blood.
Open spaces. Maybe like wounds. Or Arachnophobia.
Spiders.
Okay, good. Triskaidekaphobia.
Wait, it's like a number or something. 31.
The number 13.
Oh my god.
See, oh my God. We're not afraid of the number 31, Eric. It's number 13. Acrophobia.
Fear of heights. Fear of heights.
Yes, person of my tallness, always afraid. Logophobia.
Fear of logic.
No, it's the fear of talking, speech. Ablutophobia.
No answer.
The fear of washing. And finally, panphobia.
Go.
Fear of bread.
The fear of what?
Bread.
Sweet. It's the fear of everything. Pandemic, everything. It's fear of everything. Well, you've scored 10 points. Congratulations. or something like that. And we're going to turn to the Homestead team. And Kenneth Orvetz, you are taking part in your school's student-run, student-written, student-directed, student everything, One Acts.
Yes, and I'm in 3 different short 15 to 20-minute plays.
Including one written by
Ella and directed by Ella, and she had the kindness to cast me as the creepy drug dealer, which is quite an honor. You know.
Right. And you know, it's common because I know working with student directors, they always typecast. They don't take a chance. So I can see that. Ella, good luck with your plays. But meanwhile, you are the design editor for this coming yearbook.
I am indeed.
Can you give us like a hint of what we can look at and some special design? The answer's no.
There's lots of no.
What a great conversation to have with you. Jamie Branch. Jamie, you know what? Let's just talk about fencing. We had the greatest conversation before the show. It was hysterical. We were all rolling in the aisles. We had so many puns. We could never relive that.
No.
So you take part in fencing, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, well... Boy, we will always have that speech. That speech, all right? But we are going to move on and let you guys play some game. Would you like Little People, Big Category, or Persecution?
Really?
Little People?
Do you know about Little People?
I watched the show.
That's not going to help.
Let's go.
Persecution?
Persecution.
Fine.
Really? I knew you'd pick that because you're all against me. No. All the answers contain the letters P-E-R-S.
Good job.
They don't always start with those letters. They're just somewhere in the answer.
Can we get a sheet of paper?
No. No. But you missed the one about dwarves, and I will never forgive you for that. This is the old name for Iran.
Persia.
He slew the only mortal Gorgon.
Perseus.
This is the formal name for the AND symbol that's usually above the 7 key.
Ampersand.
Yeah.
Ampersand.
That is right. Drug dealers know these things. This meteor shower can be seen almost every year in July or August.
Perseid.
Forced to start working as a child, this cigar maker became a major labor leader.
I don't know. No answer.
Samuel Gompers.
Oh.
This Arkansas senator helped Bill Clinton early in his career.
No answer.
Dale
What? No, I have no idea.
Oh, no answer. No answer.
It's Dale Bumpers. And this fruit is red in color and comes in Fuyu and Hachia varieties.
Persimmon.
You got it. 40 points, I think. Congratulations. 125 to 55. We'll be right back.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
We are back, and we are going to give some thanks to the coaches for both these great teams. First from Homestead, Mr. Chris Nefrada. And from San Mateo, Mr. Jared Wilkie. Thank you, gentlemen. It is time to go on with the next three-for-all. The point values are 10, 25, and 50. Let's see if San Mateo can catch up closer to Homestead. Here's your first toss-up. Soon after hitting his 600th career home run, Jim Tomei... I did that one, didn't I? On landing in this country during the height of the Battle of Leyte Gulf, MacArthur proclaimed, "I have returned." Yes, Jamie.
Philippines.
Yes. After World War II, MacArthur served as the military governor of this former Axis power.
Japan.
That's right. During the Korean War, MacArthur ordered the bombing of bridges on this river, but not in time to stop Chinese forces from entering North Korea.
Kwai.
The Yalu River.
Yalu.
This island is said to stretch from Land's End to John O'Groats. Name this large island containing England, Scotland, and Wales. Jamie?
Great Britain.
Yes. Which sea, in which petroleum was discovered in the 1960s, separates Great Britain from Scandinavia and the Netherlands?
Black Sea.
The North Sea.
Shoot, okay.
It ends with Neptune the Mystic. Name this astrologically inspired orchestral suite. Jamie.
The planets.
Which British composer of the planets also wrote a number of works inspired by Hinduism, such as hymns from the Rig Veda?
Gustav Holst.
Both Mars, the Suite's first movement, and Neptune are written in this unusual time signature that inspired the title of a work popularized by the Dave Brubeck Quartet.
Octet. It's not important. 5, 7, 9, 8.
5-4.
I was gonna say
okay.
second number.
An example is x to the third minus 5x. What's the term for variable expressions with whole number exponents that can be quadratic or quintic? Polynomials.
Oh.
Good, you just stew on that one for a minute. And then, which early American artist painted the Athenaeum portrait of George Washington seen? Yes, Kenneth.
Gilbert Stewart.
Watson and the Shark and portraits of Paul Revere and Sam Adams are notable works by which Bostonian?
Oh, that's all I know.
John Singleton Copley. This city is the home of the Riesenrad Ferris wheel found in the Würstelprater amusement park, named as capital of Austria. Eric.
Prague.
No. The capital of Austria is?
It's Vienna. It's Vienna.
That's right. Vienna is the headquarters of which international cartel that limits the production of oil to increase its price?
OPEC.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
OPEC.
Yes. What Viennese palace serves as the home of the President of Austria and features the Imperial Library and the Swiss Wing?
Palaces.
Hofburg Palace. He was in exile in 1914 when World War II broke out. In 1918, the Germans helped him return to Russia. Name this leader of the Bolsheviks who established the Soviet Union after the October. Eric.
Lenin.
The Bolsheviks executed which last Tsar of Russia who abdicated during the February Revolution?
Nicholas II.
What 1825 uprising occurred after Nicholas II's great-grandfather Nicholas I took the throne?
December's Revolution.
That is right, for 50 points. This NBC sitcom centered on 6 main characters. Jennifer Aniston and David Ella.
Friends.
Steve Carell played Michael Scott on what show?
The Office.
Michael J. Fox played the young Republican Alex P. Keaton on what 1980s sitcom that also featured Tom Hanks as Alex's Uncle Ned?
It's not Seinfeld.
That's Family Ties. In this chemistry test, one observes the color or colors produced by holding Ella.
Litmus.
No. By holding an unknown sample over a Bunsen burner. Name the test in which crimson indicates the presence of lithium. You can, any of you can say.
No,
It's the flame test. That's the end of the round. 105 for San Mateo, 245 for Homestead. We'll be right back to the last round of the day.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
And now it's time for the final countdown round. I'll put 3 minutes on the clock. The questions are worth 30 points, and the clock will start when I begin the first question. Good luck to both teams. Here we go. What novel written by Alan Paton set in apartheid-era South Africa follows a father's discovery of his son? Cry the Beloved Country. Alfred Molina voices a seeker for the spirit of the West, the Armadillo Roadkill, in what 2011 film in which, yes,
Rango.
Kenneth? Yes. A 12-meter tall statue of what deity sitting on a cedar wood throne and made of ivory and gold-plated bronze was sculpted by Phidias for a temple at Olympia? Kenneth?
Zeus.
Yes. Hipparchus cataloged 1,020 of them in 6 magnitude classes. Today they are plotted on the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram. Eric?
Main sequence stars.
Okay. In 2011, Dilma Rousseff succeeded Lula da Silva as president of what Lusophone host of the 2014 World Cup that is the largest country in South America? Yes, Jamie?
Brazil.
Right. This author of Satori in Paris wrote about Old Bull Lee and Karl Marx, who represent William S. Burroughs and Allen Ginsberg. What member of the Beat movement wrote On the Road? Jack Kerouac. It caused Prime Minister Robert Peel secretly to purchase maize after it struck the Emerald Isle in 1845. What phenomenon that caused widespread starvation drove many? Yes, Kenneth.
Potato famine.
Right. In July 2011, which U.S. city made improvements along the Sepulveda Pass of Interstate 405, shutting it down for a weekend nicknamed Carmageddon? Kenneth.
Los Angeles.
Right. Originally appearing in 1978, it was reimagined in 2003 and lasted until 2009. Name this amazing science fiction TV series centering on a war between humans and the machines they created. Ella.
Star Trek.
No. Castillo. Great series.
Okay, go for it.
Futurama?
Battlestar Galactica. July 2011 constitutional referendum called by King Mohammed VI made Amazigh, or Berber, an official language in what nation with capital Rabat? Kenneth.
Morocco.
Right. The steamship Star of the West tried to resupply what fort in Charleston Harbor, the site of an April 1861 bombardment that started the Civil War? Fort Sumter. He described mere anarchy loosed upon the world in the Second Coming. Who wrote that is no country for old men in his poem Sailing to Byzantium? William Butler Yeats. It can be its own first derivative, has a horizontal asymptote, and is the inverse. Ella.
E to the X.
Yeah, yes? His son Asclepius was also an excellent physician, and his twin sister Artemis was also an excellent archer. Who was, yes, Eric?
Apollo.
Right. It features the Chozo civilization, the planet Zebes. Yes, Jamie?
Metroid.
Right. British General Pakenham was killed at what battle fought after the Treaty of Ghent? Yes, that's the end of the game. 485 to 165. Homestead is moving to the next round. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to both teams. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.